Aries, what's up? Happy birthday, happy Aries season to you. This is your April 2024 reading and it is eclipse season. The April 2024 eclipse is in your sign. And nothing is getting by you this month. When the sun moves into Aries and exalts there and shines brightly, it's like the clowns exposing their ass season is Aries. Aries season, right? And nothing is getting by you. Try as they might. Lately I'm seeing like Seven of Swords energy coming through, which is people trying to get away with something, people trying to pull the wool over eyes, trying to get away with a plan, a plot, and it's a little bit embarrassing. Anyway, Two of Wands, Six of Swords. I think that this boat imagery coming through is really to show that you're on to bigger and better things. And the horizon looks really bright. And there is a lot of healing. There's a lot of moving on. There's a lot of excitement about the journey that lies ahead. We're going to pull more cards and clear it up. At the bottom of the deck, I had the Three of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Swords. So this is the duplicity that's been ongoing. Are you playing a role in this, or is it them? The Three of Cups speaks to some gossip, some underhanded tactics. The Eight of Swords speaks to what the hell do I do about this? Do I say something about it? Do I let it slide? Do I confront this situation, or do I just take it for what it is and register it? And the Three of Wands for you is about this outlook that is now expanding right before your very eyes. And Aries season is the start of the zodiacal year. And with that, of course, the eclipse season and the solar eclipse new moon pivotal starting off point that happens on April 8th in your sign. Apart from that being a reality, this Aries season, there is something that is just unfolding for you now in a new sort of expansive and uplifting way. And I think the cracks are showing around people's motivations, people's genuineness. Are they genuineness? Are they genuine? I don't know. I think that if you do something about it and speak out on it, you probably will take people by surprise. It also would make their reality come crumbling down and probably spur them into some sort of an identity crisis. Is that something you want to partake in? I don't know. Depends how righteous you feel about it. Depends how necessary it is for you to call this out. We'll get into it when we pull more cards. Let's divert to an oracle. This is the Mike Wilcox Oracle, really beautiful deck, and I wanted to tap into the journey, or basically what's happening for you around this, particularly the eclipse season portal. So we're thinking late March, 25th of March. So there's been a lunar eclipse, full moon in the sign of Libra. Completely, we've got to cut the fakers, the phonies out at this point with that Libra eclipse. And then on the 8th of April there is that eclipse in Aries. So that's the window, 25th of March to the 8th of April. I would like to know what the particular guidelines for that is. For you, it's this energy of demons. Okay, so shadow work, facing negative thought cycles, looking into the darker aspects of ourself and of the people in your life that are not integrating, and they're kind of projecting and they're on some bullshit, I guess. So let's have a look at what this says for you. You're going to be noticing themes such as darkness, shadow, impulsiveness, lust, self-loathing, negative patterns or habits. Who is steering the ship, it asks. Insecurity, fear, self-doubt, and vices. Who is steering the ship? That's interesting, both of these cards with the boat coming through. Demons appear during times of strife, and with their darkness they bring to light what needs to be mended. There are many names and forms given to these dark energies. We all encounter darkness from time to time in the external world, of course, but also in our internal world. And while, if at all possible, it's best to avoid the external darkness, the external demons, we don't need to mix up with that. I think that could be a message here, Aries. You don't need to really get too involved in anybody else's shit. But what we can't escape from is the demons and darkness within ourselves. If we don't work on our stuff works on us. Our demons really are just negative behaviors born from hurt. Their true nature beneath the darkness is an effort towards being just protected and seen as perfect and to be kept safe. They come from a realm of hurt, and their objective is to remedy that hurt. But coming from that place of hurt, the way they try to remedy can be like lashing out or defensiveness, or however they try to remedy that. It's no good. The efforts aren't just not going to be good, because it's, even with good intention, it's harder to create a positive outcome when you're coming from a place of hurt. Okay, so what do? We find the root of this energy. Okay, this goes on to say, demons show up the strongest when our defenses are down, when we are vulnerable, overwhelmed, and tired. There are times when they come in full force. In these times, it's best to stop and look at what version of ourselves we are letting steer the ship. Okay? Simple reminder, completely human, and it might also be a energy that comes up in your external too. You're really noticing this with other people as well. Okay? Sometimes it is best to avoid that, but let's go deeper into the Seven of Swords, which is, they're wearing a kind of cloak. They're kind of trying to conceal, creep around, sneak around. There could be some bullshit that you're becoming privy to at the end of March. Or else you just don't have the plan figured out yet. I believe the Seven of Swords is called Lord of Futility in the Thoth deck. So it's just about strategizing better. Eight of Swords is back again, 7 and 8 of Swords, and these 3 of Cups in reversal with the Tower at the bottom of the deck. If you were to call out somebody's sneakiness, shadiness, lack of enterprise, if you were to say, like, dude, get a hold of yourself, like, get a grip on your life, what are you doing? I think you're making a mistake. A reality check like that, especially if somebody's defenses are down and they're feeling hurt or vulnerable, it could really spiral into something of an identity crisis for this person, into a hot mess, honestly. These cards are back again, the 8 of Swords and 7 of Swords here. They were at the bottom of the deck with the 3 of Cups in reversal. Gossip, triangulation, messy, toxic, emotional entanglements with secrets and with deception and with things that are not uplifting and fun and just easy for you. Is that worth it? Is that worth getting into this month? It's absolutely what the energies look like in late March. They could carry through to April. This could be part of something that you have to deal with, but I think the choice is yours. If it's you, Aries, if you find yourself having to conceal what you're doing, if you find yourself having to sneak around or hide something or deceive, it might be because your intentions might actually be good, but because that behavior is coming from like a negative pattern or some sort of trying to manage other people's perceptions of you, and that's just to protect yourself and keep yourself safe or be seen as a good person or a good guy, good girl. The efforts that you're making to do this, it seems like they're just going to leave you in a bind, okay? Maybe it's not you, maybe it's the other person, but that Demon's card coming through, I think that energy applies most to late March into the beginning of April. Whereas April moving on with these waters, it's like, who is steering the ship, Aries? And I feel like, well, it's you, but I think that you are kind of making better choices for yourself after the 8th of April. I think that doors are opening and new possibilities emerge, or you make choices that align you with a higher timeline, or at least a more peaceful, less emotionally fraught and triggering and tower oriented reality. Okay, so let's look at what the Two of Wands has in store for you after the eclipse. So there is this solar eclipse, this fortifying bright energy of the sun in Aries, the moon in Aries. It's going to be new. It's going to initiate a new beginning in your world, and there's a choice that comes with this new beginning. So it's not just that it happens to you. You have a role to play, and that's you steering the ship, I guess. And this is now coming from a place of integrity, of courage, of right action. And the results that I think that are going to come from this Two of Wands are going to be really good for your self-esteem and confidence, and you feel really sure about it all. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the Star card. The Star card is a very healing and uplifting, replenishing, restoring energy. And the Moon card, okay, so we're getting into this kind of very like mystical quality with the star and the moon. Even at the bottom of the deck here, a starry night sky with the 10 of Cups. You might find yourself on a camping trip, another boat, 2 more boats. Whoa, okay, so you're going to see the possibility to be on a boat this month rather. We have a boat here in the Moon card. I'm not sure if you can see it, and we just have the boat here emerging in the Star card. So what else are boats? They represent transient nature. They represent freedom because you can live on a houseboat, but they also represent, adventure, discovery. They represent buying and selling and merchants and trading. They represent worldliness and getting around and not being tied down to something. They represent options and opportunity, discovery. So these are kind of themes that are coming up to you this month, how you might find yourself literally on a boat, or like the Demon's Oracle suggests. Like these are cute, like they're not scary, right? They're actually just wanting to be loved. But the who's steering the ship question came up. Well, with the Star card, it is this invitation for you to be forgiven, right? To forgive others and to forgive yourself. And also, when you forgive yourself and others, you're sort of setting that it will be just a frequency, right? The frequency of forgiveness. If you're truly embodying that, then you are creating the space for others in your world to forgive you too, and to find that grace for you as well. And we're all worthy. To say that, I'm never going to forgive them, they don't deserve that, they can't change, that's kind of limiting yourself too, isn't it? And basically telling yourself that you're not worthy of forgiveness, and that you're not worthy to be, deserves trust, to be trusted, or the opportunity, So that's the Star card coming through, healing and restoration and peace. The Moon card, it's weird. You find yourself kind of dabbling in the strange and the sexy this month, I think. There's a little bit of witchcraft maybe, or a little bit of magical play. Howling at the moon, you're feeling quite like getting under the night sky, campfire, beaches, sort of, I'm seeing like ritual circles, kind of getting down to it, and like a little bit of hedonism, letting your hair down, partying, celebration. Something that brings out a wilder, more primal side of you this month could come through, Aries, which is nice and exciting, I think. The Moon card also speaks to the question of, what if I don't address this? Can I just let this slide? And if I do just let this bullshit continue, and if I don't call someone out on their behavior, and if I don't entangle in the external impersonal karma and other people's issues and stuff like that, how will I ever know? Or like, there'll be so many unanswered questions, and like, what if this, what if that? They're the kind of things that come up with the moon card. I think it would be just you wanting to control a situation that might actually not really be your business fully. That's to be real with you. Now, if you are uplifting the other person and offering support, not trying to control or like give unsolicited advice, then yeah, that might be something entirely different. Mountains are coming up in the background of these cards. Nature is coming up, the magic of nature, plant medicine. You kind of like, yeah, you're real on some like occult, mystical, magical, ritual stuff this month, Aries. I love to see that. Okay, so banishing demons, maybe. Howling at the moon. The Six of Swords represents a break now. A break from tensions, a break from, and a release and a departure from a situation that has been very difficult for you and a group of people, another person, or just up here mentally, with the demons, all of that stuff. The Six of Swords represents a transition into smoother waters, and it does usually represent moving on from or away from the present situation or a recently past time of turmoil or annoyance, irritation. That Tower card is back again, and the Nine of Pentacles. That's that like kind of hedonist in you, indulgence, the grapes. I mean, it's very sensual. It's very like luscious and delicious, I think. So I really do think that you should not hold yourself back from exploring your wild side this month, from exploring your primal side, from anything that actually sets your soul alive, because maybe some of you have been in a sense repressed on something for a while, and there is an urge to break free from something of maybe feeling like shackled or boxed in. Okay, so the Tower card is like, not so fast. We've got something else kind of punchy coming for you this month, Aries, which is, it's contradictory, the Six of Swords, and there's a few things that are coming up here for me now. Maybe you have a choice. Do you do the Six of Swords, captain the ship, steer it into calmer waters, be a support, be like lend a hand, forgive, forget, move on, let go? That's one choice. You know, that is one timeline that would be appearing for you. Or do you say, no, I can't let it go. I have to address this head on, let the chips fall where they may, and word of warning, it looks like the chips will fall and they'll clamor and they'll clatter, and it could be a little bit of a shit show, okay? But maybe that's what the doctor ordered, or maybe that's what's called for in this current situation for you. It's not for me to decide, certainly not. So I'm just going to put it out there. When you decide to confront this situation, or if you decide to address this, it won't be a peaceful. It might eventually be peaceful. That's what the Six of Swords says, that this might actually be the catalyst for sometimes when we go through difficult confrontations or conflicts or tensions, and we can actually feel a huge relief after that. So it also could be that. And then with this Nine of Pentacles afterwards, I feel like you're very satisfied with the outcome one way or another. So maybe that is the route to go. There is this other option where you kind of just like more so like say, I see you and I know you're suffering or you're dealing with something and I'm here to support. And the other one is just taking the approach of like, I can't turn a blind eye to this because it's not healthy for you, and you know, you actually do kind of step in and use a little bit more force. That's all I'll say. The Tower card could be also just, though, it's impactful, it's passionate, it's Mars like, so there could be just like this kind of like a very sexual or physical, primal, pleasurable or creative force that emerges at the end of the month, and it's enjoyable. So the Tower card definitely isn't a bad thing. It's intense, yes, but it's full of passion, and it's burning hot, actually. Yeah, looks like it's actually going to be a very invigorating and exciting month for you, Aries. So would love to hear how that goes. I will leave your year ahead reading linked down below. I'll leave last month's reading linked down below. Subscribe, share, comment. Any of those things would be great. And I mean, like, as I'm recording this, I'm over 39 weeks pregnant. I had been expecting to give birth to a Pisces baby, but as the time is ticking on, and I know it could be any day now, but by the time you see this, I'll have been it could be Aries season, so it might not be a Pisces baby that's coming into the world. After all, it could be an Aries baby, but it's their contract, it's their gig, so I'm just the vessel. So I'm excited to see what's in store, you know. Could be an Aries baby. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.